بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم في درسنا لهذا اليوم لمادة اللغة الإنجليزية. Our book is traveller4. So we have today a revision of Unit 1 and 2. And now let's get started. The learning objective from this lesson that you will be able to revise the structures, functions, and vocabularies presented in Module 1 and 2 through various activities. So we will have many exercises and grammar rules and a listening also. We will get through them all. First, we have something called compound nouns. What are compound nouns? What do you think? A compound noun is a combination of two nouns that function as one word. For instance, we have weather forecast, and ice cream, living room. Here you can see that we always use these words together. If you ask someone, or if you say to someone that the word ice without mentioning cream, he will say instantly that the word cream completes the word ice. So ice cream is a compound noun. Also weather forecast, living room. Weather forecast is the news about the weather, how the weather is going to be like in a certain city or a country or any place. Also living room, a living room. These are all compound nouns, and we have also many of them. We have an exercise here. Match the two columns. We have column A and B. What words do we have here? 1. Business. 2. Air. 3. Travelers. 4. Package. 5. Driving. And 6. Conference. On the other side, we have the word conditioning, and then tour, then room, and then license, and then checks, and the last one is center. So the word here, business, it goes along with one of these words. What do we say? Do we say business conditioning? No. Do we say a business tour, or business room, a business license, or a business check, or a business center? What do you think? We are talking about compound nouns. So it is center, a business center. A business center is a room in hotels that has a computer and a printer, or a meeting room, and you can use for multiple times while you are staying there. Next, air. Which word does it go with? What do you think? Air, exactly, it is air conditioning. Air conditioning is the machine that we have at homes or schools. 3. Travelers. Something here from these words that completes the word traveler. What do you think? Most people who used to travel they used to have them with it, have these things with them. It is travelers checks. Travelers checks. So they used to have travelers checks instead of having a credit card or a Visa card or whatever. Then we have tour. Tour, it goes with a package. A package tour. A package tour is when you pay for a tour to go to different or multiple places in one round, let's say, or in one tour, to visit multiple places, and you pay for that visit only one time. We still have a driving. Which one do you think? Do we say driving room or driving license? We say driving license. It's driving license is the permit you get to allow you to drive your car or someone's car. And the last one is conference. We say conference room. Conference room is the hall that you can organize a conference there or have your meeting there. We say conference room. Also, we have something called phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs are phrases that indicate actions. They are generally used in spoken English and informal text. So, for example, if we say get up. So we have a verb, and the other side, either you have a preposition or adverb. So get up, this is a phrasal verb. We have the verb and another word which can be a preposition or adverb. Turn off. If I say turn off the light please. So this is a phrasal verb. Or write down. We have the verb write or down. If I am telling you now, write down these lessons or write down this definition, write down, which means that you have to write this one down in your notebook. Last one, take after. Take after means to look for, to take care of someone, or your brother, or your sister, or who it is. So you take after him, to take care of him. An exercise here that we have: complete the following sentences with a suitable phrasal verb from the box. Make any necessary changes. So you can make whatever it takes to, if you want to change the tense, for instance, we can say hold or held, or bring or brought, go or gone or went. So if there is any necessary change, you can go with it. So we have first these phrasal verbs. What do they mean? First one, take up. Take up means that you get interested or engaged in something. Then grow up. Grow up means a place or lived, or to become an adult in a place, or for example, I grew up in Riyadh, or I grew up in Abha. Then turn up which means to arrive or at school or at any place, or to appear or to show up also. And then hold up. Hold up means to use violence or threat to steal something. So this is hold up. One of the meaning is to use a threat or violence to steal something. Bring up is to look after a child, or essentially it is a child, to help in raising him. Go up, which means increase. So the amount of something. If I used to buy a bottle of water like for 1 real, and in a few weeks it became for like 5 reals, so the price has gone up, so which means that it increased. Last one, call up to ask someone to join a discussion or a meeting. So I call up my brother to discuss with him a few things, for instance. And now we have 7 sentences that we need to complete using these phrasal verbs. First one, if you want to keep fit and healthy, it would be a good idea for you to sport. So we need him to get involved in sport and to love one of the sport. What do you think the answer is? One of these words that means to get involved or interested in something, which is exactly, it is take up. So if you want to keep fit, it would be a good idea for you to take up a sport. 2. Since my parents were at work all day long, I was by my grandmother. So her grandmother or his grandmother helped in raising him, which is brought up. Why did we say brought? Because the sentence is already in the past. So bring, it becomes brought. I was brought up by my grandmother. So his grandmother helped in raising him. 3. What time did he eventually at the meeting? So what time did he arrive at the meeting? We say, what's the word do you think? It is turn up. What time did he eventually turn up at the meeting? 4. I have got to George in an hour to discuss a serious issue. So he asked for George to discuss with him an issue or a problem. Which one do you think of these phrasal verbs? So the answer is to call up. So I have got to call up George in an hour to discuss a serious issue. The discussion took an hour. 5. 2 people, the local bank yesterday and escaped with millions of dollars. So they stole 2 millions. They stole 2 millions from the bank, from the local bank, $2 million. What do you think? Which word of these or which phrasal verb means using violence or threat? It is to held. 2 men held up the local bank yesterday and escaped. Hold, we changed it. We used the past held because the The action happened yesterday in the past. Number 6. I've got a friend who on a beautiful island. So his friend lived in that island, which means that he grew up. Here we have a grow up, but we use the grow up because it was in the past. So he grew up on a beautiful island. Number 7. The price of many goods has recently, the cost of these goods or food supplies or whatever now has increased. So the amount has increased, and because of that we say gone up. This is our exercise of phrasal verbs. And now let's get to the listening. We will listen to 4 conversations. Number 1. What time are they going to take the coach? The coach is a bus, but this bus is only for long distances. Let's say from Riyadh to Jeddah or from Riyadh to Dammam. So these are called coach or coaches. Let's listen. Number 1.
So, which coach shall we take to London? Well, we want to get there before lunchtime, don't we? That's right. So let's have a look at the timetable then. There's one every hour. It takes about 2 hours to get to London from Liverpool. How about the 7:47? Or an hour later, 8:47? That's too early. Let's take the next one. We'll be there by 12 at the latest.
So, what time are they going to take the coach? Is it 7:47 or 8:47 or 9:47? What do you think? The answer is it is 9:47. He said that will take an hour later, which means an hour after 8:47, which is 9:47. Number 4. What means of transport is the man probably going to use to get to Paris? So someone is traveling to Paris. Which one of these is he going? Which one of these transportation is he going to use? Let's listen to number 2.
How are you travelling to Paris?
Well, I haven't decided for sure yet. You see, I'm in no big hurry to get there, and money is not a problem for me either. But as I always either fly or take the ferry when I go to France, I was thinking that this time I would like to have a different travel experience.
So he wants to use a different transportation. He always fly or take the ferry. So now he is using another one or a different one, which is the underground, let's say, or the bus or the train. Number 3. What did the man not like about the hotel? So here we have 3 different things. So which one did he not like? He didn't like it. Let's listen.
How was your holiday in Copenhagen?
It was great. Copenhagen is a beautiful city.
What was the hotel like?
Great. Even though it was a cheap hotel, there was a porter to carry my bags to my room. They cleaned the room every day, so it was always nice and clean. The only bad part of my holiday was when I was sick with a cold for a few days. I had to stay in the hotel room and order room service, which wasn't very nice. It took ages for it to arrive, and when it finally did, the food was awful.
So there's one that he said it wasn't very nice, which is the room service. he didn't like. Number 4, what did the man sell? So he sold something from these, either his motorbike or a car or caravan. Let's hear it.
So are you taking the caravan on your road trip?
No, we're going on the motorbike.
Are you serious? Where are you going to put all your stuff? Why don't you at least take your car then?
I can't. I don't have one anymore. Where do you think I got the money for this motorbike?
So he said, I don't have one anymore. So he already sold it, which is his car. His car. Yes. Okay. Now let's get to another grammar rule, which is reported speech. What is reported speech? Reported speech, which we call sometime indirect speech, is used to communicate what someone else said, but without using the exact words. A few changes are necessary. Let's have an example. For instance, if someone said to me, I like ice cream, I like ice cream, and then someone else asked me, or I want to report that sentence. So my brother said, he said that he liked ice cream. So now I am reporting his speech or his sentence or statement. So he said that he liked ice cream. He liked ice cream. So when he told me this, now I am talking, or I am reporting now something. So this one, the direct statement, is in the past now. So he liked ice cream. Another example, if my brother, for instance, said, I am living in London, I am living in London. So my friend asked me, what did your brother say? And I tell him, he said that he was living in London. He was living in London. So we change the helping verb from am to was. I am living in London. So he said that he was living in London. Then another example also. If someone said, I haven't seen Ali, I haven't seen Ali. So I didn't see him, or I haven't seen him in a while. And I want to report that sentence or that statement to someone else. So if my father, for instance, said, what did he say? What did he say? What did he tell you? So he said, I say to my father, he said that he hadn't seen Ali. So have, we change it to had. He said that he hadn't seen Ali. So the last one, I will, or I'll see you later. I'll see you later. So I say, to report the statement, I say, he said that he would see me later. He would see me later. So you, in the statement, he was referring to me, which I use in the reported sentence. He said that he would see me later. So we have 6 sentences or statements that we need to report. Number 1, have you read the book I gave you? Have you read the book I gave you? John wondered. So if John was asking me, so John wondered. So this is a yes and no question. Yes and no question. When we report it, we use either if or whether. So John wondered if or whether I had read the book he had given me. So I gave you. You here was referring to me, so we use me in the reported sentence. So John wondered if I had read the book he had given me. 2. When are you leaving for Riyadh? Salah wanted to know. So we say Salah wanted to know. We use this statement. When I was leaving for Riyadh. When I was leaving for Riyadh. So are you, which was referred to me in the first sentence, and now are you, now I was leaving for Riyadh. Number 3, I will call you when I get home. Ihab told me. I will call you when I get home. So I want to report this statement. I say Ihab told me that he would, we change it to would, he would call me when he got home. Get, we change it to got. So Ahab told me that he would call me when he got home. Number 4, I have seen this man before. Jack said. I have seen this man before. So we use Jack said that he had seen that man before. He had, so have, the past from have is had, that he had seen that man before. Number 5, don't go near this horse. Don't go near this horse, which means don't get close to this horse. Harry told me. So I want to report this sentence. I say, Harry told me not to go near that horse. So this is imperative sentence. So the imperative sentence, it's like, for instance, when I say close the door, open the door, open your book. These are imperative sentences. So this is imperative sentence. We said not to go near that horse. And the last one, stop talking and focus on the text. This is also imperative sentence. Stop talking and focus on the text. The teacher told us. So the teacher told us to stop talking and focus on the text. Thank you so much for listening and watching our revision today. So in conclusion, we've had the compound nouns and the phrasal verbs and the reported speech, also some expressions with the word time, and we've had also the listening. Thank you so much and see you later.